Sige po, Mr. Chair. Due to technical difficulties, Mr. Chair, I wouldn't want to delay the hearing any further. Pero I was able to get 3 screen recordings, Mr. Chair, of 3 instances during the hearing na may cellphone po na hawak yung staff na kasama po nila sa kwarto. Kaya yun lang, Mr. Chair. Siguro in terms of the cellphone issue, I hope this puts this to rest, Mr. Chair. They seem to have access to devices, either laptops or cellphones. Siguro po bukod dun sa dalawa na tinurn over nila, meron pa sila ibang cellphone. At saka, Mr. Chair, baka pwede pupunta naman kay Saa, nung nagkaroon po ba ng medical emergency? Kasi nakita ko po na may isang video po na medyo nagagalit po ang ating Vice Presidente na ibalik niyo yung cellphone na ninakaw niyo. Binalik po ba noong personal natin yung mga cellphone, Mr. Chair?
Your Honor, that's actually, nagtataka ako. Nasa taas ako ng second floor ng LSD, observing mo yung nangyayari sa baba. At narinig ko nga yung nagnanakaw. Kaya nagnanakaw yung cellphone. Ako ay natataka kung paano nanakaw. Kasama ko sa planning namin yun. Tinanggal lang sa possession nila at ilagay din sa lamesa. Andun, aywan mo dun sa loob ng selda, yung cellphone. So, hindi po nawala yung, wala pong nakuha ng cellphone, wala pong nawawala ng cellphone. Thank you, John.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, if I may move to a different topic altogether, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, another allegation that they keep on throwing is the denial of a counsel of their choice. So, siguro po, Mr. Chair, gusto ko lang pong linawin. Kasi po, doon po sa timeline, doon po sa report ni Saa sa atin, dumating daw po yung abogado nila ng 12:25 ng madaling araw. Sa press con din naman po, mismo si Yusek Lopez ang nagsabi na bukod daw po sa kay Vice President na lawyer niya, na yung lawyer niya na nasa loob ng kwarto, meron din daw po siyang private lawyer sa labas. So, doon po, base po doon, parang wala naman pong ganon na denial ng counsel of their choice. So, siguro, Mr. Chair, if we may ask the Saa, was there any attempt on the part of the LSP, of our security in the House, to prevent their lawyers from coming in?
Chairman, if I may.
Yes, sir.
That will be the last thing in our mind, Mr. Chairman, not to allow the counsel is being requested. Please take note that we implemented the serving the transfer order at 11:35 in the evening. In about, give or take perhaps a few minutes, they have to call their lawyer, and eventually the lawyer to travel and enter the Batasan. Even if he's nearby, I think the time that he might be arrived at 10:25 is consistent with the timing. The lawyer, again, our video will bear us out that we allowed attorney Nito Gu at 12:25, sorry, Mr. access to his client.
So, Mr. Chair, dalawa po yung naging abogado ni Yusek Lopez ng gabi na yun. Tama po ba?
That's correct, Mr. Chairman, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, just one last issue to cover before I end my questioning. Yung issue po ng medical access at saka yung ambulansya po. Kasi isa po sa mga sinasabi nila na parang naghihinalog na daw yung tao, nagsastruggle na, higit na 2 oras daw pinaghintay ko, no? Bago po bigyan ng ambulansya, bago bigyan ng access sa doktor. So siguro, Mr. Chair, in the press conference, they kept on flashing that little thumbnail wherein there was an ambulance waiting outside our south gate. And allegedly, they were saying that the house was refusing entry. So siguro, Mr. Chair, siguro yung isa ko lang na napansin doon, medyo nakakalito lang kasi nandun na yung ambulansya, pero si Yusek Lopez nagpa-press con. So parang kung mayroong immediate medical emergency, siguro she wouldn't be in the state to actually conduct the press conference. So siguro, Mr. Chair, I would like to ask our Saa, ano po ba yung ambulansya na dumating na alauna ng madaling araw habang nagpe-press con po si Yusek Lopez?
Sa
Chairman, Your Honor, ambulansya po ng Diliman Doctors yung dumating. And wala naman po sanang problema makapasok yun. First, kung talagang confirm na merong medical emergency. But then again, binigyan mo yun na hindi organic sa House of Representatives. So, it has to be approved by the Secretary General, yung access po nun. Hindi pa po namin alam dahil wala po tayong tao doon sa kwarto ni Atty. Lopez. So talagang legit yung nararamdaman, yung reklamo. So in touch naman po tayo through the protocol officers. At nung makumpirma nga po natin na meron talagang medical emergency, at hinintay po natin yung approval ni SecGen sa entry ng ambulansya nila, which is a requirement on my part, kahit nakatali ko yung kamay ko. Yung doktor po ang pinapasok natin, yung doktor na nasa loob ng ambulansya para po ma-check si Atty. Lopez. And at the same time, we requested the Philippine National Police na magpadala ng ambulansya, which I know is about 15 to 20 minutes. Bakit po nga yung ambulansya ng Philippine National Police? Kailangan po siyang ilabas, I'm sure, kung talagang mayroong medical emergency. And pagkawa ambulansya ng Philippine National Police, wala na pong problema ang Sergeant at Arms na i-secure pa yung motorcade. Like, wala na po akong tao mo na kaya ko pang mag-secure dun sa may sakit na paghahatid sa kanya sa ospital. Yun lang po yung dahilan. At nakita niyo naman po, mukhang tama naman po yung mga naging desisyon namin. At wala naman po malubang nangyayari.